We said before that the current leadership of the police is incapable, and we are firmly called for the removal of some of these imposters, and our cries fell on deaf ears.
Let's see the point of order. Listen to the point of order.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. The member in the podium has used an offensive language by referring to the minister as an FOON. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Malema.
He didn't quote the rule. He didn't quote the rule, Chair.
No, never mind the quoting. The point is that
I can't hear you, Chair. Switch on. They wrote for you. Switch on.
Honorable Malema, please behave.
I can't hear.
Please behave.
But I said I can't hear.
Please behave.
I can't hear.
Now, Honorable Malema, I'm calling upon you to withdraw the use of an offensive word, and that word is fool.
I withdraw, Chair.
Thank you
We
very
have
much.
on several occasions called on the President to release the clever minister who has always shown up for cameras all the time there is a crime scene with an intention of arresting wrong people and mess up the crime scene and mess up the case. Today we speak, crime has gone very high in South Africa in all respect. We don't even want to talk about GBV. We don't want to talk about cash in transit haste. We don't want to talk about contact crime because the leadership of the police is in cahoots with the criminals. The only way we can be defeated in dealing with crime is only when the leadership of the police is working with criminals. The leadership of the police works with drug lords. The leadership of the police works with Nkabis. The leadership of the police is in the payroll of hitmen and women of this country. The leadership of the police actually planned the assassination of our deputy president, a matter that we brought to the attention of the president, that the minister was involved in the plot of killing the deputy president of the EFF. This is a matter that has been reported
Honorable
and has
Malema,
been confirmed.
Honorable Malema, please take your seat. Honorable Khatebe, on what point are you rising?
Chairperson, thank you, Honorable Chairperson. The member has cast aspersions on the minister without substantiating the fact.
Yes.
No, Rule 12 is very clear. Rule 12, Chair, is very clear that the rules of the NA applies in the joint sitting when the member of the NA is on the platform. So the member violated Rule 85 of the rules of NA. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Malema, I'm sure by now you know that if you are to make an allegation such as the one that we have made now, you need to have a substantive motion put in front of the House so that the matter can be thoroughly debated, considered and debated. So I'm asking you again to withdraw.
I withdraw, Chair.
Thank you very much.
When the daughter of our former Secretary General was killed, it is the police of South Africa who went to the suspects and said to the suspect, put the name of Floyd Shivambo, that you worked with Floyd Shivambo to assassinate.
Honorable Malema, just a minute. Honorable Member, on what point are you rising?
Thank you so much, House Chair. I'm rising on a point of privilege. House Chair, I want to address you and ask you a question on privilege. And the question is that the rule says when a member is kicked out of the House for the duration of the debate, that member may not continue in the same debate. Now the Sona has resuming, has not adjourned. Now the same member was kicked out of the sitting in the same debate. So I want to ask you, you can come back later and make a ruling around it. The question is that, is the member per the rules allowed to continue and participate in the debate when he was moved out of the debate? Thank you.
Unfortunately, Honourable Member, that rule is not applicable. So the member has a right to participate in the proceedings. But issues such as the ones that you are raising can be pursued in the Joint Rules Committee and in other related parliamentary structures. Thank you very much. Please, Honourable Malema, please proceed.
Thank you very much. The Deputy President of the EFF has been targeted by the leadership of the police, which was willing to connive with suspects and persuaded the suspects to put the name of the Deputy President of the EFF in the murder of our former Secretary General's daughter. When they refused after being beaten, money has been offered to them to implicate the Deputy President of the EFF in the murder of our own daughter. Why do they do this? It is only known to them. But I'm using this example to demonstrate to you that the leadership of the police is working with criminals. And for as long as the leadership of the police is working with criminals, we will never defeat crime in this country. It is the responsibility of the so-called president to remove Bheki Cele Honorable Bheki Cele with immediate effect, because he has failed the people of South Africa. What happened to our artist, DJ somebody, aka, will never get to know, because the police and higher echelons of the police are in cahoots with the criminal syndicate. We cannot fight crime well led by criminals. We must first get rid of criminals in order to defeat crime. May AKA's soul rest in peace and haunt all of these people who have made it so difficult for him to live long.
Honourable Malema, thank you very much. We'll now proceed to the Minister of Police.
The Honourable Chairperson, Honourable Speaker, His Excellency the President, Deputy President, colleagues, the ministers, deputy ministers, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, Sanbonani Tumeran. Wednesday, before the Sona, I had a long meeting with the Deputy Secretary of the EFF in my house. A very long meeting with him. He was there to urge me and beg me to confirm that I have said IFP will kill him. And when I refused, he promised me that life is going to be difficult for me. Yes, Secretary General, yes. So, President of the EFF, you were lied to. You must be angry, but not with me. It's not me who lied to you, to put you to come on the national TV to tell the world the wrong thing. It wasn't me. You go and correct it with your SG. I spent 47 minutes with him, and then I refused. Mr. President, that's the only reason. Maybe there are 3 more other reasons.
Minister, just a minute. Minister, just a minute. Yes, Mran, on that point are you rising?
No, thank you very much, Speaker. Let me address this coward of the ANC. So, the question that he should be responding to, did he not call me on Saturday? Last week, Saturday, he called me, he's the one who called me, not the other way around. And his call was very clear. SG, I've detected political intolerance in KZN that is going to lead to killings.
Honorable member.
My question to him was that, does it involve me? And his answer was yes. And he proposed that let us meet in Cape Town on Wednesday.
Honorable
so
member.
If he's scared of IFP, he must not use my name. He is a coward. He's scared of IFP.
Honorable member.
Not the other way around.
Honorable member, that's not the point of order.
It's a point of order. I'm addressing the coward.
Please.
I'm not scared of him or anyone.
Please take your seat.
So if he's scared of IFP, that's his problem.
Please take your seat.
Yeah, if he's scared of IFP, he must not bring the bill to that. He's the one who called me this coward.
Please. Minister, please proceed.
Well, I didn't have the drink and juice to give it to you, but the meeting was quite long, 47 minutes. I'm sorry that you didn't give it anything to drink. Having said so, the second point on this one, I will request the President of the EFF to repeat every word.
He responding to issues that I was not given an opportunity to speak to because you said I must withdraw. This is an abuse of this house. But unlike him, I've said this in public and I will say it again. I'm not scared of that. I brought it to his attention when the crime intelligence went to implicate Floyd in Hillary's murder. I told him that they said the crime intelligence is saying the suspects must implicate Floyd. And I told even the president about him being involved on the possible assassination of Floyd. He knows that, and I will repeat it in public.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, order, honorable members. Order, honorable members. Please take your seats.
Thank you very much.
Please. Honorable Minister, just a minute. Honorable Minister, just a second, please. Just a second, please. Just a second. Honorable members, the rules, please sit down, honorable member. Please sit down. Please sit down. No member can take the floor and speak unless a presiding officer says so. So please sit down. Please sit down. Please take your seat. Honorable member, please take your seat. Honorable members, can I once again make this plea? Let us please stop from using point of orders to make speeches. Let us please stop using point of orders to make speeches. Minister, please proceed.
Thank you very much. The third point on this one, I will never allow the South African Police Service to be another Polokwane where we will milk it down and make sure that it dies. I'll never allow that to happen. That will take care of it and will make sure that we stay far. We don't come to run that organization. Third point, there is one thing common about you and me. So Bible But my grandma told me one thing, that when a pig takes your banana and runs to the pigsty, don't follow it. Allow the pig to swim alone in that muddy sty. Receive my safety and security greeting this morning on behalf of the selfless men and women in blue who are the cold face of responding to gruesome crime scenes on the daily basis. By the way, the president of the FF is the only person that has called the police to be attacked in their houses. May they call that attack their wives, attack their children, maybe that's why police are killed. I've never had that being withdrawn. Maybe that's why today we're in trouble. Dedicated detectives who continue to solve complicated cases and further secure significant life sentences in the violent crime. And in the name of the fallen heroes who are killed in the line of duty while serving and protecting fellow South Africans. Honorable members, I wish to anchor this debate on the wise words of late civil rights activist John Lewis. During a trying times and difficult, he reminded Americans and humanity as a whole of their collective responsibility and power when he said, I quote, "When you see something that is not right, not fair, not just, we have to speak up. We have to you have to say something, you have to do something," close quotes. Allow me to use these words to emphasize the importance of the community-centered approach in the overall and overarching and overarching fighting against crime. If communities can do justice to what Lewis argues, then police and communities can eventually realize the vision of halving violent crime in our country in the prescribed time. If the community members of KwaZakele, Kwamash, Khayelitsha, Soweto, Gugulethu, Margate, and the criminal underworld syndicates can speak up and do something, then the results will show. We are also making a clarion call to other sections of society, be the academia, business, the clergy, the media, and the organized groupings. Don't be spectators, join the fight against crime. I will have to remind that today is the 10th year since the murder of young girl that was killed by his boyfriend. She did not die alone. There are others that are still dying today. The name is Rina Steenkamp. That's Rina Steenkamp who was killed. And there are other young ladies that are still killed today. Karabo Mkwena, Jennifer Mhlombi, Tsakofela Pule, Ntokozo Xaba, and Nostelo Mtembeni Cleotiko. I want to make a call today, a clarion call, especially to women, especially to DA women, that as we see these problems of gender-based violence, they could not have allowed their leader to say the statement that she said about his ex-wife. Yes, he called her a flat chicken. He called her a roadkill. A roadkill is an animal. A roadkill is an animal that you kill and you don't care. For the leader to raise that statement and the women don't say anything is a serious indictment. So I'm making a clarion call to speak to your leader, to say he cannot be ready to lead this country when he still look at women as a roadkill, when he calls women as flat chickens. So I'm making that clarion call. So we have responded. We thank the President very much that he has responded to the crime to strengthen the police by giving us 10,000 members of the South African police that we trained last year, and we are also training 10,000 this year. And that will help to the visibility of police, but also it will help us to give us a pool to train the special units to be able to respond to the crime and different kinds of crime that are happening in South Africa. It doesn't mean that we are not responding at the present time. There are many people that have been arrested, especially in the infrastructure mafia, including those that we have arrested come at the problem of escort. We are continuing to pull those things together. Last year alone, we have arrested 4,909 people that have committed gender-based violence, almost 200 of them in the last 12 months alone. 189 of them have been given life sentence. We are agreed that we do need to deal with the issue of illegal firearms. It is on that score that at least 65,952 firearms illegal have been destroyed in the previous year. We will continue to hunt these guns. We will continue to strengthen the law that people must be safe when we collect these illegal firearms. But to South Africa, let's come together, let's work together in dealing especially with the gender-based violence. That invitation also goes to the Honorable Mr. Steenhuisen to say, Mr. Steenhuisen, we want to hear you apologizing to abuse a young woman who came to work in your office and was a wife of your colleague, and you took that wife of your colleague, you divorced your own wife, and you took that young girl. She's your wife today, but the women around you are quiet, are not saying anything, and you come in this podium, you talk about gender-based violence. So you better go and fix yourself.
Minister,
if not, we'll help you. Thank you very much, everybody.
Minister, please take your seat. Honorable Mente, I'm recognizing Honorable Mente. I recognize Honorable Mente, but it does seem as if Honorable Malema
Thank you, Chair.
wants to speak.
Thank you very much. We really cannot, with you, Chair, sitting there, allow a situation where the minister drags a wife of the leader of the opposition and she's not here. No, you can't do the nonsense you are doing, because when we're starting to respond, we are going to be in the wrong. We shouldn't use the women to fight our own political battles here, to a point where allegations that cannot be confirmed are being said here, and you allow that to happen. That degeneration, Honorable Chair, happened previously, and when we responded, you were the complainants. We cannot sit here and allow the minister to abuse the wife of the leader of the opposition in the name of fighting GBV. That is a woman abuse, what he did here, and cannot be accepted. He must be called to order and to withdraw that unconditionally.